Hello and welcome to On the Wrist. Today we have the IWC Portuguese 40mm. This is a beautiful dress watch from IWC with a gorgeous in-house movement, and this one is on the blue alligator leather strap. This is from the prestigious Portuguese line, has some excellent technical specs, heritage, and has impeccable style. This is a full design as well as technical review of the watch, so without further ado, let's get right into it. So one of the things I love most about this watch is how clean the dial design is. Every element is very purposeful, stands out nicely, and by leaving a significant amount of open space on the dial, it makes for a very clean, crisp style. The IWC logo, prominently at the 12 o'clock, takes up a nice position, and I like the use of the large sub-dial for the seconds hand, and then the raised indices to create a little pop and different height in the dial. The second subdial has these beautiful concentric circles radiating out from the center of the subdial. And I love that the subdial second tracker mirrors the minute tracker out on the watch, creating some beautiful symmetry, but also some differences, the style in which the 5 and 10 second increments are marked. The blue on the indices is really nice and shines out nicely with the blue handset, and it's also paired quite nicely with the blue alligator strap. The blue on the strap perfectly matches the blues on the dial and the hands, and the strap has several points of lighter blue which create this nice contrast on the strap. This comes down to the beautiful deploying clasp, where the clasp buckle has great finishing with the anglage and the vertical grain. And having the deploying clasp makes it so much easier to take on and off, and is a really nice feature to have. And if we come back out to the movement of the watch, this is the beautiful IW manufacturer 82200 caliber with a 60-hour power reserve. Just look at that finishing. There's everything you can want in more coated edge Geneves, perlage, anglage, vertical grains. There's a different color with the IWC logo in the center of that rotor, and it is a Peloton automatic bidirectional winding, which was developed by Albert Peloton and reduces the wear, so it's a unique design that IWC uses to maximize the efficiency of the watch. Just a gorgeous looking movement, and I don't know what else you could want out of this beautiful movement between the variety of colors, finishes, the functionality of the 60-hour power reserve, just so well executed, and an in-house movement, really a highlight of this watch. Let's now talk about the rest of the technical specifications. The technical specs will pull up on the left. The diameter is 40.4 millimeters. Thickness is 12.3 millimeters thick. Water resistance is 30 meters. The movement is the IWC manufacturer 82200 caliber with Peloton automatic bidirectional winding. It also has a 60-hour power reserve, and the crystal is a convex sapphire with anti-reflective coating. Let's get a couple shots on the wrist. And here we have it on my 7.5-inch wrist. The 40.4mm size is perfect for me. I think it is enough to have a significant wrist presence while not being too big. This sits beautifully with its nice thin 12mm thickness. I love this blue alligator strap, and this dial is just so incredibly legible. It's clean, it's crisp. I'm a sucker for a good shade of blue, and this dial with the accents of blue on the hands as well as the indices is just blowing me away. I think this is so beautiful on the wrist, and it's an excellent example of the beauty that IWC creates. I'm here once again at Royal Jewelers in Andover, Massachusetts. They've been kind enough to let me film using one of their watches. Royal Jewelers is where I purchased my OntheWrist Big Crown Pointer Date, as well as my Tudor Black Bay 58. Royal Jewelers carries brands like Cartier, Breguet, Panerai, IWC, Grand Seiko, Accuchon, Ulysses Nardine, and even some smaller brands like Norcane and Zodiac. Royal Jewelers has an extensive pre-owned selection, and I highly recommend you check them out if you're in the Massachusetts area. Link to their website in the description. So let's talk MSRP. MSRP of this watch on leather is $7,450 US as of January 31st, 2024, and $8,450 on a bracelet. The Portugieser 40mm line does also have several other color options and some limited editions. Now, IWC is a luxury watch manufacturer, and this is the price to entry to having IWC. I will say, for a watch at this price point, it does have everything I would expect. Beautiful, superb design, significant brand heritage, and importantly to me, a full in-house manufactured caliber. In particular, I think the caliber on this watch is just stunning to look at. I love that it's an exhibition caseback. 60-hour power reserve is nice. I just think every design feature of this watch was executed so well. Two pieces of criticism though. I would love if this was actually closer to 11 or 10 millimeters thick. This is a more dress style watch, and 12.3 is certainly thin enough to fit under a cuff, but I think if there's an opportunity for them to bring it in 1 or 2 millimeters, that would be a huge plus to the watch. Additionally, while this is a luxury watch I think worthy of its price point, having the bracelet option be $1,000 more than on the leather, to me, is a bit unfortunate. It might be par for the course at this price point, however, I would expect there to be a couple $100 difference, certainly maybe $200 to $400 difference on the bracelet versus the leather, but having the bracelet option be so much different than the leather adds a new level of price point to the watch. In conclusion, I think this watch has an excellent design, great technical specifications with the in-house movement. It comes from a brand with a tremendous heritage and would be a worthy addition to anyone's collection. Historically, I have not been a big fan of IWC, however, this watch is changing my perspective. However, I'd love to know what you all think about this watch and IWC in general. Do you like the watch? What about the brand? What about my assessment of this watch? Let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. That's all for me today. This has been On The Wrist. Thank you for watching.